Hey everyone! Today we're going to dive into something really cool. A VS Code extension that's giving a massive modern-day upgrade to the B4X language. We're talking about taking all that classic power and plugging it right into a workflow that feels fast, smart, and up-to-date.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll set the scene and talk about what it's like coding in a more classic environment. Then we'll introduce the solution, this modern bridge, and get into the really fun stuff, the magic behind how it understands your code, its real-time smarts, and even how it makes everything look just the way you like it.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the classic world of development. When you're working with a language that's been around for a while, a language that's powerful and stable, you sometimes run into these little friction points that can kind of slow down your flow.
Does this feel familiar to you? You absolutely love the language itself, maybe something like B4X, but man, you find yourself missing the slick, helpful features of modern editors. It's a super common feeling, and you're definitely not alone. And really, the difference is night and day. In the classic IDE, you're constantly doing manual lookups, you have to build your whole project just to find a simple typo, and the UI is pretty much set in stone. Compare that to a modern editor, where you get smart autocomplete, you see errors pop up as you type, and you can make the whole thing look and feel exactly how you want it. It's a huge gap.
So the big question is, how do you cross that gap? Well, that is precisely where this new extension comes in. It's an incredibly smart solution to this very problem.
And that's really the heart of it. The extension acts as this perfect, seamless bridge. It lets you keep all the power and reliability of the B4X language, but you get to work inside the super fast, super customizable world of VS Code. It is truly the best of both worlds.
And this right here points to some seriously clever design. When you look at the source code, you see that the extension's activate function is incredibly light. It doesn't load all the heavy machinery right away. Instead, it waits until you actually open a B4X project. This means VS Code starts up fast, and the extension only does its hard work when you actually need it to. It's just smart.
All right, now for what I think is one of its superpowers. Let's pull back the curtain and see how this thing manages to understand what you're writing in real time without you having to lift a finger.
So type inference might sound complicated, but the idea is simple. It's the engine that powers all the smart features. Think of it like a partner who's constantly reading over your shoulder, figuring out what your variables are, what your functions return, and then using that knowledge to give you perfect suggestions right when you need them.
And this isn't some unknowable black box. It's a clear, logical process. We can see it in the code. First, it strips out all the comments to see the code that actually runs. Then, it parses your variable declarations and registers them, basically memorizing them. And finally, it uses this powerful function, resolve expression type, to figure out the final type of even really complex lines of code. It's this step-by-step understanding that makes it so darn smart.
Okay, so the extension is smart. It understands our code. But how does it actually tell the editor what it knows? How do we get that instant feedback?
The secret sauce here is something called the Language Server Protocol, or LSP. The best way to think about it is like a universal translator. It's the nervous system that lets the extension's brain, all that analysis we just talked about, communicate directly with the VS Code editor, instantly.
And thanks to LSP, you get all this amazing stuff. That live error checking, that's powered by functions like provide type diagnostics for document. The super intelligent autocomplete, that's infer completion owner class doing its thing. Even complex refactoring tools like extract method code action are all possible because of this real-time communication. It's what makes the whole experience feel so fluid and interactive.
Let's switch gears a bit and talk about something that's less about the deep tech and more about comfort. Because making a new tool feel like home is absolutely crucial, and this extension totally nails it.
I mean, think about it. The biggest reason people resist a new tool is because it just feels foreign, right? Well, this extension goes out of its way to make the transition as smooth as possible by recreating the look and feel you already know and love.
Now, this is where it gets really clever. The extension actually has a built-in translator, this map called VS to Scope. It reads your old B4A theme files, those .vs settings files, and directly translates the color settings into a language VS Code can understand. So your keywords, your strings, your comments, they all look exactly the same. It's a perfect one-to-one translation. But wait, it gets even better. It doesn't just stop with colors. There's a function called Apply Platform Any Hints that actually peeks into your old B4A config files, finds your favorite font and font size, and automatically applies them to VS Code. That level of detail is what makes the new environment feel instantly familiar.
So, let's bring it all home. When you add all of this up, the smarts, the speed, the real-time feedback, the familiar look, what does it all mean for B4X developers and the language itself?
Well, the impact is huge. You're going to write code faster because you're not wasting time on manual tasks. Your code is going to be higher quality because errors get caught the second you make them. And maybe most importantly, the whole experience just becomes more fun. You get to work in a powerful modern environment that you can make completely your own.
And this leaves us with a really exciting final thought. This extension is more than just a great tool for the B4X community. It's a blueprint. It's proof that you can take any powerful, established, classic language and breathe fresh, modern life into it. It shows a clear path forward, ensuring these languages don't just survive, but absolutely thrive for years to come. It makes you wonder, which language could be next?